Hey there, guys. This is Shiny, and I thought I would go over a fairly successful mission I had yesterday on the Tacview. Actually, I really love Tacview. Usually, it's kind of my ritual. I'm sure many people are the same after every multiplayer session. Just about, I mean, unless nothing happened at all, but after most multiplayer sessions, I like to always get off and then go over Tacview and see what happened. Uh, see exactly what happened that I did maybe might have missed in the mission, or see what I did right, see what I did wrong, see what other people were doing that I didn't notice. All those kind of things, right? Tacview is just invaluable to DCS, I think, especially multiplayer, definitely. Um, so anyway, I always do that. Did that yesterday, like always. Like I said, yesterday's mission was pretty successful. It was a really good one. So we were on Desert Fox. This is on the 104th server, by the way. And uh, if you don't fly on the 104th server, I highly recommend you do it. You get on there because the 104th server is awesome. It's been pretty much my home in DCS for, I don't know, a couple years maybe. I don't know. I always fly on here. Usually, I'm actually live in Korea, so it's always my nighttime. But I fly on the 104th on American morning time, UK, Europe afternoon, like that. So I highly recommend it. What's good about the 104th server is, well, the people, really. That's what's good. The missions are good. The missions are good, like standard PvP, red versus blue missions. Um, Persian Gulf map, Syria map, Caucasus map. But the people are what differentiate it, right? So it's not like 40 people, 30 versus 30 airquake. You know, the numbers get up there sometimes, but it's going to be more like, um, some days just 5 or 6 people are on at sometimes in the morning, and sometimes maybe 10, 15 people get on. I'm sure it gets busier the times when I'm not on. But is the quality of the people, like the regulars who are on the 104th, are really great. Um, People communicate. So, like I know on the blue side, most of us are always on TeamSpeak. So that's just, a good way to um, just enjoy talking to each other. And also people are using SRS. So TeamSpeak, SRS, people communicate. Um, and the quality of the fights. So it's just PvP for air to air, which is what I prefer. Um, and it's the quality. You don't get like 100 bandits at one time. If you're on the blue side, there's not like 20 red planes most of the time, although the numbers do get up sometimes. But they're good opponents, like people know what they're doing. You're fighting against a lot of times the A team. Not everybody's the A team, but there's a lot of good opponents, um, a lot of skilled opponents. So if you want to get better at that, you want to, fight against people who know what they're doing so you can get better yourself, hey, come to the 104th. So I myself, if you've noticed, especially if I post this in the multiplayer addicts group, I always post Tomcat stuff. I am a Tomcat guy. That's what I fly on the 104th. Now, as you'll see in this mission, I do jump into a Hornet for a few minutes to do some seed because I need to. But I fly the Tomcat always, usually air to air, air to ground also. But in any case, I'm going on and on. So let's just see what happened yesterday and go through it. So here we are. I hop into the mission on the, I think it's the Truman. I think this is the Truman. There's two carriers out here. There's a Washington and the Truman. I hop onto the Truman. I'm going to get airborne. And we're airborne. So also, let me show you here this mission. So obviously here I'm on the eastern side of the peninsula, Straits of Hormuz. At this time, right here, this was our main target at Fujairah. That was our main target right there. Bullseye is up here, And Kasab is another red base we have to deal with. I think Sharjah is waypoint 3. That's one we'll have to deal with. This is Farp. This is Alain. I'm sorry, not Alain. This is Al-Manab, which we already took and captured that base. And down here is Alain, which is going to be the other main blue base we're using. So I press in at this time. At this time there was one red over here, and there was a blue Tomcat on. So I'm going to press in here. The red Viper is going to engage that Tomcat. And Tomcat was doing some bombing, but he's going to get interrupted and chased off by the Viper. And the Tomcat never really gets any attack in. He's defensive the whole time. The Viper runs him down, which you just... I've fallen victim to that a lot. You cannot get defensive on a Viper. If you get defensive on the Viper and turn your back, he's going to run you down. You're going to have a hard time getting a chance to turn back around. So don't do that. I know from a lot of experience. You got to stay offensive. You got to keep your nose on him. It's the only way. So anyway, he comes off that kill. This guy right here. So this is a demon. He comes off that kill. He's not really looking at me. He's climbing out. I get a missile off here at just under 40 miles. I'm 20,000 feet. He's climbing up through 8, 9, 10,000. So he's going to turn here into me. I don't know if he just noticed me or why he decided to turn in. But shortly, as soon as he turns in, that missile is going to go pitbull, and he's going to go defensive and react. But it's just too late. Too late. He's down. So that was kill number 1. This is going to be an ace in the day kind of mission for me. I ended up with 5 kills until I get taken by a Tor at the end. But that was kill number 1. So unfortunately, though, he disconnected after that. So that first red guy disconnects. And I have some time to kill a couple others who were on, I think, got off the mission. I don't really need gas at this point. I just go over to the tanker just to do a little practice refuel, not even a full refuel, just a half refuel. Because as soon as I go off the tanker, I have to immediately dump gas. I have to dump gas and land at Alain. So this was a little downtime. I think I might have even been by myself for a few minutes in the mission. So at this time, Fujairah was still the target. So what I decided to do was jump into a Hornet and go up to Fujairah for some seed. Because when I flew into the Tomcat, I did notice that I was getting SA-11 on my RWR. So there was still at least an SA-11 launcher down here. At least an SA-11 launcher, and there would be SHORAD also. So I decided to do a seed run in the Hornet. So I think I put that one onto a dog ear radar, and it hit the dog ear, but it didn't kill it. The SA-11's not lighting up for me. I fire at an OSA and a Tunguska. I hit an OSA and a Ural. Still looking for that 11 to light up. Still not doing it. So I get very risky here and kind of right on top of it. Tunguska lights up and fires at me. I fire a harm at said Tunguska. And I get pretty lucky right here. Just miss. But I did get the Tunguska. So I got lucky, he got unlucky. Now, at this time, a couple reds had got onto the mission. So I'm going to hustle my little Hornet back down here and get back into my plane. So my Tomcat was sitting there waiting for me very faithfully. So I'm going to go jump back in my Tomcat. Yesterday I was flying Ripper 211 F-14B VF-11 Red Rippers, Mod X number 211. Get back into that same plane, get airborne again. So I think at this point there were 2 reds on, and they were starting to get more blues on also. Some of the regulars were starting to get on, so things were about to get busy. We're starting to attack Fujairah en masse. So what I was doing first was flying up here looking for those 2 reds to be coming across the water. And there was another blue F-16 that has the same idea. I think that guy will later, he'll be on red. I'll fight him later. But as you can see, all that's up here at this time are 3 red tankers and red E3. So no joy on the bandits. Just boring holes in the sky for a few minutes, wasting gas. Oh, now here we can see actually Spit and Demon 2 F-16s did take off at this point. But I had already decided, I didn't see anything. I had spent some gas, so it's time to head to the tanker. It's Shell 41. That's what I'm looking for. So at this point I was at about 13,000 pounds on gas. So I'm looking to get topped off here, get up to 20,000 pounds. So we hook up with the tanker, refuel from 13,000 to 20,000 pounds of gas, get off the tanker. As you can see, we got a lot of more blues on now, A-10s. My buddy Didge is on here in his Hornet, Paladin in his F-16, Soar in his F-16. Things are getting busy. So while they're hitting Fujairah, I'm going to go up here and get a little cap station going. Kind of right here near the FARP, near Fujairah. And right here we go. Animal 14. We have a red coming in. We have a red coming in. I come all the way up by Fujairah, and then I turn in from there. So we've got this guy at 47 miles. He's 21,000. I am 29,000. And I'm going to put a Phoenix on him. That's my first missile I fired, this sortie. So now at this point, he doesn't have a warning or anything. Of course, this is a TWS shot. However, I guess he has some sense. So he knows there's a Tomcat in front of him. He sees I'm at 30,000 feet. I'm closing fast. He knows I'm going to fire. So he does defend. However, as you can see, his defensive strategy is simply to dive. So he's going to go all the way down to the deck, all the way down to right there. He's going down toward 500 feet. But he does not notch. He does not notch the Phoenix. He doesn't go to the side at all. So he just dives, but he's still straight on. That missile is coming down from on high. Still got speed Mach 1.97. And that missile is going to go Pitbull right here. He's going to get the warning. And he is going to turn. Boop. But it's just too late. That missile is coming down with tons of speed. He defends too late. Boom. He's dead. Okay. So that was kill number 2. That was a fairly easy one. That situation was just he didn't defend well. So he did realize I was there. He assumed I fired. He dove, but he didn't notch the missile. He didn't notch my radar. So here I am again, cap station over Fujairah. All my blue buddies are bombing the hell out of Fujairah down there. And we have another red guy coming in here. We have Spark, who was on, or Spark11 here, who was on blue before. Now he's in a red F-16. Also, we have a Raccoon. He's going to be involved this time too. So looking at this low guy, looking at the low guy who I said was right here. However, there's also going to be a high guy coming over here. So me and Raccoon are looking at the low bandit, but he is low, and we lost him at this point. He's in the hills. Neither of us have him. So I'm going to turn my attention to the high bandit. Raccoon is going to keep looking at the low bandit, or trying to find the low bandit. I'm going to Fox 3 here at 58 miles. Bandit's at 24,000. I'm at 27,000. My speed is pretty good. I'm just under Mach 1. However, I would have liked to have been over 30,000 feet when I foxed here, but I wasn't. So I foxed a little lower than I wanted to, but the missile still does all right. Now this guy's going to start offsetting more and more to the south. He never actually notches my radar here. I don't drop the track, but he does stretch that missile out. That missile still is coming Mach 1.74 at this point. That missile almost gets to him, but he does outrun it there and dodge it. I guess more dodge than outrun. Okay, so at this time I realize my missile is missed, and I go ahead and lock him up STT at about 25 miles. So I lock him up STT so I can see him on the TV screen on my TCS, and I want to know, what is he doing, right? Is he turning toward me? Is he putting his nose on me? Is he firing at me? I want to see him. What I like is that I got this guy over the water, right? He has nothing to hide behind. He has nowhere to hide. That's good. That's very good, because these mountains over here, right? These mountains over here, it's a pain in the ass. So I see him on the TCS. I see his nose is not on me. He's climbing. He's climbing down to the south. So I'm going to Fox 3 again, 22 miles, just STT lock Fox 3. Just guide that the whole way. So he does turn back hot on me, come into a bit of a dive. So now we're at 14 miles apart. And that's when he is going to Fox 3 right there. All right, typical Viper thing. He's going to throw that AMRAAM out and immediately split S. Right, he's going to immediately split S into a dive. But at that point, that missile is going Mach 3.47. Yeah, you know, my missile is coming fast straight at him. Just, he has no chance. That's defending too late. So he's dead. His missile on me is guiding, and right there, I defend down. Right there, his missile is defeated. It goes dumb. So that was kill number 3. Okay, so I'm going to climb back out. Now, while that was going on, if we back up a little bit, yeah, our friend Raccoon, he met that other F-16 and he traded with him. He killed him, but he also got killed. So the low guy has been taken care of. He's gone. So now, however, we do have another bandit. Now we have an F-18C dog water crossing. We also have a friend over here, Weston. Weston is also in an F-18, and this guy is also in an F-18. So now I fired 3 Phoenixes, 2 at the last guy, 1 at the first bandit. I have 1 Phoenix and 4 Sidewinders at this point. Still plenty of gas for the most part. Our friend Weston got too close to the Kasab, had to dodge some missiles. So I'm going to come up this way, looking for our F-18. I also get fired at by SA-11s and have to dodge away. Okay, so here we're 16 miles apart. we're going to see each other as he comes over this ridge. We're both going to Fox. So right there at about 8 miles, both of us, Fox 3, Fox 3. However, we're both going to Fox at the same time. We're both going to defend at the same time. We're both going to get behind a ridge at the same time. And both of our missiles are going to go into the side of the mountain. So no factor. Those missiles were not. Now, I am out of Fox 3s. I'm out of Phoenixes. I have 4 Sidewinders left. Now here at this point, I feel like this guy made a mistake. Either he didn't see me in time, he was distracted, or he reacted slowly. But as he comes down here, I mean, I picked him up. I see him. I lock him. I see him and lock him at about 7 miles. I hesitate because I know my friend Weston was over here in the blue F-18, and I am calling out ray gun, ray gun. Weston, is that you? Because I want to know, make sure this is an F-18. He was an F-18. I see an F-18 on my TCS. I didn't have a bandit indication yet. It was just popped up unknown. So I think it's the bandit, but I'm not sure. So I'm wasting, a little bit of time trying to find out if that is the bad guy and not my buddy. However, he did not take advantage of that. This guy, I expected an AM9X in my face, but he didn't fire. So I think he just didn't see me in time, more than likely. Flying low, distracted with the terrain, something. He didn't see me in time. I Fox 2 times 2. That's why I like to carry 4 Sidewinders, because I would rather fire 2 Sidewinders at a time to back it up. I Fox 2 times 2. And I'm still expecting his missile to come out at the same time since it hasn't already. Fox 2 times 2. Flare, 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 flare. Pull off hard. He also starts to flare, but it's not in time. So he takes both Sidewinders in the face. So that was kill number 4. So we can see while this is happening, Demon has come back in an F-16. Weston is over here. That F-16 is going to... They're going to continue fighting out here over the water. And we have another F-16 back in the hills. So I know there's more bandits up there. But at this point, I only have 2 Sidewinders left. I think I was already Joker going toward Bingo Fuel. So I really want to get out of here now. At this point, while all this fighting was going on, Fujairah had been taken by the blue side. So it's ours now. So we can land there, refuel, rearm. At least you can rearm air to air. So this guy back here, I want to get away from him. Now luckily, he fired here, but that had no chance. Luckily, my good buddy Didge had just come out of the south here. My good buddy Didge, he is going to take care of this guy for me. I'm going to go to Fujairah, rearm, refuel. And right here, bam. Didge puts an AM9X in his face. I'm clean here. Fujairah, rearm, refuel. Okay. So that mission right there, that last flight that I did, which was actually my 3rd flight of the day, first F-14, second Hornet, again F-14, that flight was almost 2 hours long. That flight was about an hour and 50 minutes because I refueled one time and stayed in the air a long time. Getting pretty tired. So landed, rearmed, refuel, coming back up again. As soon as I come up, Weston and Raccoon over here dealing with an F-14A coming in up here. So as soon as I come up, I'm going to Fox 3 on this guy from pretty low altitude just to get a missile out on this guy. It's 44 miles. So my missile actually does keep track here. And he helps it by turning back. And he ends up having to dodge that missile. But I think that missile is really slow at this point. It's lost a lot of energy, only 0.55 Mach. So that missile wasn't going to hit him, but it does chase him. It does get him to turn cold. So he turns cold out to the water. So my buddies Raccoon and Weston, they're going to focus on that Tomcat, and I am turning my focus over here to our friend Spark11 here. He is now in a J11. So I'm going to turn my focus on this J11. And I'm going to get over here on the western side of the peninsula. And I'm about to make my big mistake of the day. So I'm going to look at this J11. This J11 is just, he's just flanking around here. Almost in a notch. Actually, I'm still tracking him at this point for the most part. I lose him a couple times and have to reacquire, but he's just dragging me over here. Now, I was confused because I think I felt like I was more at this angle, and I was cutting across more perpendicular to Kasab, and I just lost track of my place. And actually, I was cutting much closer to Kasab than I thought. So right here, I'm going to reacquire him. And right when I come over this ridge, yeah, Kasab's missiles start firing at me. So I am going to get off 2 Phoenixes. And now I fired those Phoenixes with SDT lock, but also with the ACM cover up on the Tomcat, so they are active off the rail. Those are active off the rail. Fired at about 12 miles, just over 12 miles. Generally, ACM cover up fires are under 10 miles. It's about 12 miles, but as you can see, it is going to work out just fine. I was hoping to dodge these missiles. These are all Sam's, not his missiles. He does fire an R-27, but it's not a factor. Yeah, but I didn't dodge. Yeah, the Tor got me, and that was my fault. I was stupid. I got too close to Kasab. However, as we can see, my missiles do okay. So they were active off the rail. They track at first. They're both tracking. The first missile is going to lose track and go dumb and go straight, but the second missile is going to track, and the second missile is going to take him. So that one was kill number 5. So there's my 5 kills of the day. However, that last kill was a posthumous victory, as I was already dead. So anyway, it was a really good time, a good mission on the 104th server, and that's why I recommend you should come and join us on the 104th server, because you'll have a good time. Good people. Get on TeamSpeak, get on SRS, communicate, work together, fight against good competition on the red side, fight against good people together on your side. Good environment, good missions, good fun. Come on down, right? So that was all. That's my exciting Tacview review. So maybe I will see you on another video. Talk to you soon.